Part 2 for Word Processing, Module D, Overview. We're picking up with slide 27, creating columns and newsletters. So most Word documents are just one column, meaning it goes from one edge to the other end, 6.5 inches across, just one layout. This one will introduce like what you would see in newspapers where there are narrower columns and then what doesn't fit on one will start another column and so forth. And you also see these in magazines. So it's very simple you can either create it before you even start typing or you can do it after you've typed it in one column. So all you would do is select Insert Columns, and do you want one column? Here's a sample of 2 columns. This is a preview of this sample showing that the top part is one column. Then in the middle of the document it's split into 2 separate columns, and then it continues the rest of the document back in one column. So you have the choice of everything being in columns or just parts of the document in columns. You have the choice of 2, 3. And if you wanted to actually have 4, you can increase it here. Left and right, meaning you have usually this is for definitions, terminology, where you have the word on one side and the definition on the other, left or right. You could put a line between the columns. You could put more space between the columns. And this is section, meaning just to do it to one particular area. So you have a lot of control of how you want your columns to appear. So let's say the column, you need to break it at a particular place. You have control of that as well, or you can let it do it on its own naturally, or you can click under the Layout tab, under Breaks. You can actually put in either a column break or a page break, wherever you wish. And then you can go back to just one column to continue on. Now, if at some point you decide you don't want columns, you would put your show hide on so that you could see your indicators, your markers, whether it's your returns, your hard returns, or your space bars, because you're looking for this dotted column break, dotted dash line that tells you where column break is. And you would put your insertion point right at the edge of it and just press the delete key on the keyboard. And that would remove the column break. WordArt, when an exciting feature to make a flyer or some type of document more eye-catching, appealing, where it's just not regular plain old text. It's got a little bit of form to it. And with this transform feature, there's so many to choose from, and how you want the text to appear. There's text effects. You could have a glow, a shadow, a reflection. There's so much to add to this with the WordArt. So you can do your basic WordArt where you can type it first or you can do it after. If you do it first, you would click Insert WordArt. You would select from the styles that are available. That doesn't mean you have to stay with that particular style. You can change it later with a different fill and a different outline. You can even change the thickness of the outline. You can add text effects to it, a shadow, a glow, a reflection, and then you type your text, and then you still have more to work with. So here's your text fill and text outline. If you want to change from what it was originally set for, you want to change the fill, you can do that as well, or you can have no fill, or more colors, or a gradient. You have all the choices available. Text effects, if you wanted to add a shadow, a reflection, glow, a beveled look to it, 3D rotation, and my favorite, the transform feature. So many to choose from. And then, of course, you can work with the sizing handles and the adjust handles to make it larger, smaller, rotate, flip it, anything you'd like. You can also add a shape effect so that not only the WordArt has a style to it, the actual box around it can be plain with no box border or fill, or you can get fancy with the shape effect, which is the box within the WordArt. And you also have these effects as well. Insert screenshot, an amazing feature to take a picture of something that you want to share with others, and it can take a shot of exactly what you want. You have control. You'll choose insert, screenshot. Now if you choose from the little thumbnail pictures that are showing up in your available windows, that means anything that you have open on your computer will show up in here, and you can take a screenshot of that. But if you use the screen clipping, you get more control of what you want to take a picture of, not just the whole window. So this is the little thumbnail windows, and then if you choose screen clipping, it goes into that state where it fades out, and then you get the crosshair with the mouse, and you decide how much of the picture you want. So this is one sample where I have the whole PowerPoint open. You can see the PowerPoint program, the application open, all of the little slides on the side, and the one I'm particularly on. That was a screenshot from the thumbnails. If I did a screen clipping, I could actually take control of exactly just what I wanted, so I didn't have this portion of it. You could also crop the picture if you wanted to, and get rid of the ribbon and the left-hand side of the thumbnails on the slides and crop it that way. But the screen clipping gives you more control, and you can also make it, it'll be easier to enlarge. On this one, I cropped it to a different shape. So I did it into a cube, so you get your traditional screenshot, and then you can actually take the picture and crop it to a shape and make it stand out a little bit more unique. As well as cropping any image or screenshot or picture or object, anything, cropping it to a shape. You can also select picture styles and add all types of frames, and some have square, oval, rectangle, and you can have some with a heavier frame, some without, some with reflection or a shadow. You can go into picture border and put your own picture border, the width of it, the thickness, the color, the style. Picture effects, again, that's with the where you can add either a glow or a shadow or a reflection. This is if you needed to create a sign-up form. This is all completed in Word. There's 3 different forms here. The first one is actually, you'll see a video later on. It's animated, so the when you open it up in Word, this is also one of the animated 3D models. So it actually, the spaceship and the globe are both moving. And then you have where someone would fill in information. And then here, this one is another for a real estate agency. You have information where they sign in, sign out, and a computer lab. And these are all forms that are created within Word using the table feature, and then you can use the WordArt and insert pictures and also page border. Thank you.